Hi, welcome to Blazing Glory Ministries. My name is Jane, and I just wanted to share this little bit of heart information with you today. I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did studying it and learning about it. A lot of the content is taken from the Heart Book by Reinhard Hertler and the Scripture, which is my favorite book, the Holy Bible. So in Mark 7:21 through 23, it says, "For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulterous fornications, murder, theft, covetousness, wickedness, deceitfulness, lewdness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All of these evil things come from within and defile a man." So here we see in Mark 7 that out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts. That's what it says. So Jesus is speaking this, and he's saying that our heart thinks, because there's evil thoughts that come out, including all these other sins and things that are evil. But I wanted to focus and emphasize that first portion of the passage where it says, "For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, and so forth and so on." So we see clearly here that Jesus was speaking and saying that our heart thinks, because it has evil thoughts in it, and that's why we have to be born again. And not only do we know that from Scripture, but we also know it from science today. In addition to any other function of the heart, we found that the heart actually sends its thoughts to the brain processor up here in your head, and it has its own processing system in the heart. There's a brain in the heart that has its own processing system, and it sends the information to the head brain, which is the central processing that then sends the information to the rest of the body. So in research, it's now known that the heart brain has more than 40,000 neurons in it, and those are actively working. And we see this as evidence when people have heart transplants. So there's been many case studies about people who have had heart transplants, and when they have had heart transplants, many crazy things began to happen. So for example, a little boy who had a heart transplant, he really enjoyed the water, and his family lived by a lake, and he would always go and wanted to go near the water and be around the water. And after he had the heart transplant, he was afraid of the water. And it was because the heart transplant that had been transplanted from another young person into his body had a situation with water, and they had a fear of water. And that suddenly was his memory in his heart, in his new heart that was transplanted and given to him. And it's also been diagnosed with other testimonials as well. There was a gentleman who listened to country music and different styles of music, and his wife stated that after he had his heart transplant, all he wanted to do was listen to classical music. It's because the person who had given him the heart transplant, who was no longer alive, that person loved classical music. So it's very interesting to know that the heart has thoughts, the heart has memory, and the heart is it stays in there. It stays within the cellular tissues of the organ of the heart itself, but it also has a brain. So this might be a new concept for some of you, but I hope you enjoy that and you understand that Jesus spoke about it out of Mark 7:21 through 23, when he said that it is out of the heart of men that proceed evil thoughts. So I believe out of the heart of men can also proceed positive thoughts, God-filled thoughts, glorious thoughts. And today my prayer is that you would guard your heart, for out of it is the wellspring of life. Out of it flows the issues of life. Out of it flows the intentions, the decisions, the discernment, everything we choose and who we are and what we do. It flows from our heart. It's not simply our choices. It's what's inside of our heart. So have a good day today. God bless.